Welcome, everyone, to Chestnut Hill, home of the Boston College Eagles, where fans are filing into Alumni Stadium. They'll look between the field hockey lines, perhaps underneath the Musco lighting that's been imported in, and hope that there will be a party in the moons. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on a team who is rested and ready, coming off a bye, the Boston College Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So Boston College's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we've played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get. Get to the first down mark.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Back open in the middle. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. This Boston College offense has it working. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. To the air, it's Yang. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Boston College will send out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking left. He's got it. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
When I have all that speed on the field, I got to find a favorable matchup. They're all across the board. Which guy do I know can win? The man-to-man coverage, you can see that guy can win on that play.
Makes the grab. It's McNamara. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance, even if it's not super successful. A little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
He'll run it again. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much.
Running toward the tape. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
And that pass is intercepted. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. On first down, here comes this offense. They go to the ground. On the move at the 30. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there.
Nothing but green ahead. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He's looking to throw it. With the catch, it's McNamara. Got enough space. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going. That first quarter is one they'd love to forget, so find your best playmakers now. Get them isolated, get them the football, and let them go to work.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Irish. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. BC has it back and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Hit on first down, 2nd down coming. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Back to the air one more time. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Back to throw, it's Yang. Floats it out in space. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Boston College right back to the line. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. On the move, he fires. Pulls it in. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly out to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
42 Spider.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. It's complete. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. He'll throw it. And that one's incomplete. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Scrambling away. Going to try to get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
To the air on first down. Getting some heat. Makes his connection. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Grab near the marker. It's McNamara. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Lets it fly. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half.
Flip it. Roll it.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
It's all teed up. Boston College will kick to start this third quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Takes the easy one to the back. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? Quick completion on the out. At the 45 on his way. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They'll go to the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll leave it with him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's McNamara. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the route is on. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. He marched 78 yards down the field, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. DB's right up on the receivers. To the air, it's Yang. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Irish! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and keep it.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. Touchdown, Notre Dame! The defense takes matters into their own hands. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win. But this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new Top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Grab near the sticks. It's McNamara. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period.
Green 25.
They'll run it. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the punishment has been extended. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back here.
Racing down the left side. The 40, the 30, the 10. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And you just saw why this receiver gives opposing defensive coordinators nightmares. If you get him the ball in space and you let him go to work, he's got so much wiggle and so much speed.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Boston College! In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll try the run. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And it's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, and he's been dependable. He's been a guy that they've given the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
From that spot on the field, you're going to go for 4th and inches every time, but, I mean, you could argue that 4th and inches, you ought to go for it almost all of the time.
I 100% agree. We're definitely going for this. And listen, let's play some offense. Let's have high octane. Let's put some points on the board. We're not kicking field goals. We're not punting. We're trying to score touchdowns. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's McNamara. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Well, he has been the go-to guy all game long. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. This defense cannot cover him.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Takes it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. Excellent field position here for the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's complete to the right. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, and David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
Well, and it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's